Hello everyone, my name is Miss James. I'm just going to speak to you for a few minutes about our standards and expectations for those of you who are interested in taking history at GCSE level. So first of all, how will you be examined? The awarding body for History GCSE is AQA. It's a 3-year course, which means that you will be examined at the end of year 11. There are 2 papers, so you will have 2 exams, and both papers are 2 hours long, evenly weighted at 50% each. Each paper is made up of 2 topics. There are 4 topics in total, and I'll be going through those in a little bit more detail in a moment, and there is no controlled assessment. So history is a purely examination-based subject at GCSE. So paper 1 is titled Understanding the Modern World, and that's split into 2 sections. Section A looks at Germany from 1890 to 1945, and Section B looks at conflict and tension between the 2 world wars, so from 1918 to 1939. Paper 2, which is titled Shaping the Nation. Section A focuses on Britain, health and the people from the year 1000 to the present day, and Section B looks at Elizabethan England from 1568 until 1603. So Germany is our period study. What this means is that we look at Germany over a short period of time. So as you can see, from 1890 until 1945. And this was a very turbulent half a century of change in Germany's history. Some of the areas that we'll look at within the Germany topic are the growth of democracy, where we'll focus on the Weimar Republic years of Germany. We'll look at Germany in the Great Depression and how did the Great Depression influence the rise of Adolf Hitler, amongst other factors. And we will also look at what it was like to live in Nazi Germany for different groups, how Adolf Hitler established his dictatorship, and the Nazi methods of control and persecution. Section B of paper 1 focuses on international conflict between the First and the Second World Wars from 1918 to 1939, and this is our wider world depth study. So within this topic we will look at areas like peacemaking after World War I, the role of the Big Three in the terms of the Treaty of Versailles. We'll look at the League of Nations and the road to World War II, where we'll look at the actions of Germany and other European countries in bringing about an environment of conflict and tension which led to the outbreak of the Second World War. Paper 2 Section A is a thematic study, and what this means is that we will focus on one subject area, one theme, but study it over a long period of time. So that theme is Britain, health and the people, and we will study that from the medieval period right the way through to the modern day period. This will look at the weird and wonderful ways people believe disease was caused and treated, and how this progressed and developed into the modern medicine we have today over time. The second section of paper 2 focuses on Elizabethan England from 1568 until 1603, which is focusing on the last 35 years of Elizabeth I's reign. And within this, we will focus on the economic, social, political, cultural, and religious developments that happened during this period of time, and we will look at why it is often known as the Golden Age of England. This section of the GCSE also involves a study of the historic environment, focusing on one particular site in its historical context. So as you can see, there's a wide variety of topics both in terms of period and subject. So what will you need to do to be successful at history GCSE? Well, first and foremost, history is a challenging subject which requires high levels of literacy. As you can see, you need to write many essay-style answers. You must demonstrate a dedicated and resilient approach to your learning, as you'll be required to complete work outside of the classroom. To gain a wider historical context of the topics, you will need to be an independent and active learner, as you will need to produce regular revision materials and keep and organise a revision folder. But first and foremost, you need to have a love for history as a subject. Why pick history? History is rewarding and it is informative and engaging. It is highly regarded by universities and employers. They value the research, analytical, teamwork and communication skills that history students develop. You will get to learn about some of the people and events which have shaped the way we live our lives today and continue to live our lives, and it is a good qualification for many careers. I hope that has been useful to you, and if there are any other questions or queries about history at GCSE, please don't hesitate to contact